Welcome back to Thone's Mount Nibbles, number 39, True Worship. This comes from the Lord's Prayer, Part 5, Temptation. We will read Matthew 6:8 through 13 again. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of, before ye ask. After this matter, therefore, pray ye. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. And so the question is, who tempts who? Why is this in the Bible? Understanding temptation of believers and the communication, the battle of spiritual proportions. So it's interesting, understanding temptation of believers. Well, think about that. Application to my life. We first clearly state that God is not a tempter. However, we have seen in Scriptures that He sometimes allows us, His people, to be tempted by Satan. For example, the lengthy temptation of Job in the Old Testament, and the brief testing and temptation of Peter in his denial of Jesus. From these stories and others, we keep in the context of the statement that God will not allow temptation beyond what we can tolerate. In the case of Job, for instance, Job was given great patience, showing his great faith, knowing that eventually the Lord and His virtue would return to him. We also recognize that our attitude should be one of ongoing prayer for the quick resolution of the spiritual attack. This is a spiritual attack of Satan to us, which God is, for His own purposes, allowing. God says, I do not tempt my people to sin. I already know the answer, so why consider the test? Now that's interesting. What that is sort of a thought that one of the reasons God doesn't tempt us is that He already knows whether we're going to succeed or fail. And so that's a major thought there. Really, if He already knows, why should He do it? And so, if He already knows that we're going to fail, then He needs to work on getting us to build up that failure mode so that we won't fail in the future. It's an interesting, different cast on things here. My personal response: Lord, thank you for your love and protection during times of Satan's attacks. You protect us and love us at such times. We know we are imperfect beings, and so we will always fail in some way every day, or I don't know how small to make the time granularity. There are probably times when we are sound asleep that we are not prone to temptation and failure, but we just need to always be ready. And when we feel the attack coming, understand what it is and deal with it as such. So we'll talk to you later.